Me la paso rolando, fumando por la cuadra, voy zumbando. Con la clica en la troca siempre me miran quemando. Ojos bien, lo me dicen el diablo. Es porque soy bien cabrón que ahora me ven rapeando. Houston, Texas, sureste es mi barrio. Póngaseme serio que aquí no andamos jugando. Se respeta si llegas a tu...
Hey, welcome to Rec Time. That was live. This is a live ass interview already. This is Juan Mendez. What's up, Juan?
Hey, what's up, Glass? What's up? What's up?
I'm so happy to have you. Look, we've been missing back and forth for a while. Like, I've been trying to get you on this show, but I'm gonna tell the viewers, the listeners, a little bit of how I got to know you, got to know your music. I was doing an event at House of Blues with Athena. Shout out Athena. And it was nothing but all Latin artists. And a lot of people don't realize I'm Mexican. Like, I'm pura mexicana. Like, a lot of people can't figure out, like, I get this all the time. Like, what are you? Man, I'm Mexican to the fullest. And I never shied away from that because I feel like I'm representing, in hip hop culture, I'm a Latina representing like what I am, what my family comes from. So it's a big deal for me. So I was so excited to be a part of that event because I wanted to be more hip. I'm already in the hip hop, but I wanted to be more hip to the Latino community, what's going on in Houston, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, okay, let me tell y'all. When Juan Mendez, when it was his time to perform, you would have thought it was Travis Scott or somebody. Like, so he brought so many people out, and people were like knowing the word for word his song, and I was like, who is this kid? Like, the dope thing about it, and this is what stuck out to me right away, he had remade a Houston anthem, a Houston classic called Peeping in My Window. And so the way he merged the Houston culture, being Mexican, he merged those two together, and I was like, this is so brilliant. So to this day, Juan Mendez, Peeping in My Window, y'all look it up. It's over 30 million streams, views. That's why they knew all the words to his songs. That's why he had it packed over there. Like, the crowd engagement, when I saw that, I was like, he's a star. For real though, like, I feel like DJs, good DJs are also like A&R type people. Like, we recognize talent. Like, a good DJ recognizes good talent, and some people got it, and some, don't got it and gotta like work towards it, but you have it for sure. Like,
I appreciate that.
yeah, so welcome to Rec Time. This is Juan Mendez. So let's talk about where you're from, where your family's from. Where are you from?
Well, I was raised here in Houston, Texas. So, I'm always going to represent Houston, Texas. But, of course, my family's from Mexico, so they're down from San Luis Potosí and Monterrey, Nuevo León. So, that's where the roots come from.
And I love that you incorporate your roots in Houston culture, because Houston culture is something I've never seen. I'm not from here, I'm from Arizona, but my dad used to be a pastor out here in Spring Branch, so I used to come here for the summers. So I did get, from a young age, I was well versed in Houston culture, but I've lived in many cities and there's nothing like it. Like, the love, the respect, the culture, like, people represent Houston. They have their own classics. There's a lot of cities you go to and you play a song from that city and nobody's gonna be like doing the South Side how they do with Little Kiki. Nobody has that really in other cities like they do here. It's so rich. So, yes, I wanna talk about, how did the idea just come to your mind? Let me merge my Hispanic culture with my Houston culture.
Well, at first, it was just kind of like in the moment, right? Like, I said to myself, like, I want to do something different, right? And, being away from Houston, like, I was in an environment where there was no Houston music. Like,
Where were you?
I was in San Antonio, but I was kind of like in the countryside, so I was far from the city, and I wanted to listen to like some DJ Screw because the music is just unique like that, and I was just like I want to do something different, and you know it just kind of sort of happened. I was like, I'm gonna do it right now, and I heard the beat, peeping in my window, it came on, and I was like, who's that? Like I haven't heard that song, in a long time and stuff. So I kind of was like attached by the beat, and I was like, wow, like that's the beat that I need. So right there and then, I started like writing, and it kind of just came out, and yeah.
Did you drop it right away?
So that's the thing, like I was like working on it for like that whole day, and then I was like listening to it, and all my friends in the house were like, yo, what's up? Like that song is badass. Like they were going crazy. Like that song is so cool. So it was about like 3 days later that I kind of like posted like a small preview on my Instagram, and people were like going crazy too, So I was like, wow, like okay, well, the people want it at this point, so you know.
Was it exciting for you, like, to see the reaction?
The reaction, yeah, of course. Like I kind of like never expected the reaction to be that good that quick, because to me it was something different too. Like I'm not a I'm not a rapper, so it wasn't normal for me to like be rapping on beats and stuff like that. So
you stepped out way outside the box?
Way outside, yeah.
And that's when it ended up.
Yeah, it kind of just.
So artists, you never know, like, you might be thinking, oh, let me do this, but sometimes it's good to step outside the box, because look at the domino effect it had. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's amazing. And then people love that song that's not from Houston, never heard of DJ Screw, never heard of Peeping in My Window. You know what I mean? But it's like you put them on without them even knowing you're putting them on. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people from probably everywhere. I mean, we're talking about 30 million, that's worldwide at this point. You know what I'm saying? So you're putting them on that they don't on stuff they don't even know they're being put on. They just love the music you're bringing. And that's so big. It's such a bigger picture outside of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's Juan Mendez, but it's something so big that you created, and it took off. And you know what else I love about you? Your performances are live as hell. Like, what made you have like a whole banda with you? Like, what made you be like, let me just be live with my performances? Because people love it.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of just, like, that's kind of how I started. I started as a accordion player. So, like, playing all those songs and growing up listening to those songs from, all my friends and stuff like that. Like, it kind of just, like, I always noticed that every time they're trying to have a good time and they're trying to, like, turn up, this is the type of music they listen to. So it's kind of like I was playing the accordion, and then, I started writing songs, and then the corridos started like working out and stuff like that. People's reaction was just really good, that I said to myself, you know what, like, this is what I gotta do, like, let's just have a good time, and this is what they're here for, just to have a good time, and let's do it.
Have you always wanted to do music, like, from a young age? Did you always know, like, this is what I'm into?
So I didn't know until like I was like about like 14, something like that. But before that, I don't remember like, thinking like, oh, I want to be a singer, or oh, I want to play the guitar or something like that. But I don't think so, yeah.
You're like a triple threat, because you sing, even rap. It's really quadruple threat. Play the accordion, like you said, and the guitar. And I was just so impressed that you're able to hold a crowd engagement, and on top of that, you're playing instruments yourself. What made you, to me, like, an accordion seems complex, but in Mexican music, Mexican culture, it's a key instrument. What made you pick that up?
Well, it's kind of like, I just saw like my friend at school, just, he took it one day, and then he kind of just showed it to me, and I was just fascinated at first sight, and I kind of liked it, and I was like, I want one now.
What, is it hard to learn?
Yeah, it is.
Because it's like two, if y'all don't know, it's like two different things going on at the simultaneously.
Yeah,
like
course.
that's why I was so impressed, because to me, it's not an easy instrument. Two things going on, like, so that's why I was like, wow.
Yeah, it's actually really complicated. It took me about like a whole year to kind of like get the concept and everything. But, you know, like I was, you know, like on it every day.
Okay.
By the time the year came, you know, I was ready to start a band and stuff like that. I was already thinking like, yo, I want to be this.
And the guitar at the same time, or did that come after?
So the guitar came because I actually wanted like to sing with the accordion. So my friend, he was like, you should like play the guitar and like sing, and that's gonna like give you that practice. So I was like, okay, cool. And then yeah, I kind of sort of did that, and then before you knew it, like I was singing and playing the accordion.
You're amazing, Juan.
What's crazy is like the first month that I picked up the guitar and started learning, like I wrote my first song, and that first song was like crazy too. You know, like people.
What song? What is it called?
It's called Crecido en el Barrio, and it's gonna make its comeback in this new album that I'm working on.
Let's talk about your new album.
The new album comes out in October. It's October 28th, and it's plenty of good songs, and I think the people has been waiting for this for a while now.
Is it your first?
It's gonna be my second. Well, it's gonna be my first album, but it's not gonna be my first, you know, like project. Yeah. Because I also have my first mixtape, which is Relajado Mixtape Volume 1, and there's only 6 tracks on there. So it's a mixtape, and you know, like that was pretty successful as well, because, you know, I was on the Latin charts, the Apple Music Latin charts.
What? Hold on, let's bring that back.
3 days.
What? Hold on, let's bring that back. You hit the charts. You made Billboard.
Yeah, like the
Off a mix.
yeah. You hop on your phone, you go to Apple Music, and you look at the charts, and I was on there. Like my album was on there, on the top 200.
What was that feeling like? Let's go back to that feeling real quick. Like,
That was crazy right there. That caught me super off guard, because I posted that album like March 12th, which is, you know, my mother's birthday, and you know, like 3 days later is my birthday, March 15th, and on the third day, like I look at my phone, I check the charts, and it's there, and I'm like, yo, I'm like,
that's
yo.
like God saying happy birthday, Juan.
Yeah,
That's
and you know, it was a true blessing, and it was just crazy to me. It was like, I was like, wow, this is what I was working for. This is what I was working for. Like, it worked, you know, like it worked, and it kind of just, that was like a huge milestone right there.
I feel like what it must have felt like just a little glimpse of it. Kind of like when you're in church, people get the Holy Ghost, and you're just sitting there, and you feel something too. You know what I mean? Like, whoa. But man, that's amazing. That's such a blessing. Like your mom's birthday, your birthday, and then you hit the charts. Like, that's a hell of a week. That's like it's surreal. Like, man, that's why I said, like, you're a star for real. Like, I'm honored that you're here, and I'm looking forward to the project. You know, I better be getting exclusives. I'm a DJ, so. And anything else you want to let people know, like where to follow you, any of that
Oh yeah,
stuff?
of course. You can find me on Instagram as Juan Mendez _official, and you can find me on all digital platforms as Juan Mendez. And I advise for y'all to check out "Peeping in My Window." It's a huge song, and you know, just stay tuned for this next project, because it's completely out the box.
Look, I'm trying to tell y'all, remember where you heard it first from. If you don't know already, this is Juan Mendez, and big things going on. Just stay tuned. This is Rec Time. I'm DJ Gloss. Thank you, Juan.